The draft resolution is co-sponsored by dozens of countries and was introduced by Ukraine's top diplomat.
The problem is that in this war, there are no two equal sides. There is an aggressor and a victim. I understand that there are still some countries that do not want to take Ukraine's side for various reasons. But it's not about that. It's about taking the side of the United Nations Charter. It's about taking the side of international law. I therefore call on members of the United Nations to support draft resolution.
The draft resolution stresses that the achievement of a lasting peace would constitute a significant contribution to strengthening international peace and security, expresses strong support for the efforts of the Secretary-General and member states to promote that lasting peace in Ukraine, emphasizes the need to ensure accountability for the most serious crimes under international law, and calls for an immediate cessation of attacks on Ukraine's critical infrastructure, among others.
The people of Ukraine,
the UN chief, called the one-year anniversary a grim milestone.
That invasion is an affront to our collective conscience. It is a violation of the United Nations Charter and international law.
Views echoed by the European Union.
I want to stress it. This war against Ukraine is not an European issue. It's not about the West versus Russia. No, this illegal war concerns everyone, the North, the South, the East, the West, the whole world. And we are here today to reiterate our support to Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity within its internationally recognized borders.
Previous GA resolutions condemning Russia's invasion and illegal annexation of territories in Ukraine garnered more than 140 votes in favor out of the 193 Nation Assembly, as Moscow's envoy called for states to reject what it views as an unbalanced and anti-Russian text.
1
year after the active stage of the Ukrainian crisis began, very few doubt that it's not Ukraine that is fighting Russia, but rather it is a collective West in the person of the United States and its NATO and European Union allies. Not only do they provide Kiev with weapons and ammunition, they also provide the armed forces of Ukraine with intelligence information and coordinate their missile strikes. All decorum is set aside, and the goal is to arm Ukraine and thus inflict strategic defeat on my country, to dismember and destroy it.
China, India and South Africa are among countries that have abstained on similar resolutions. General Assembly resolutions carry political weight but are not legally binding like those voted out of the Security Council, with previous texts in opposition to Russia's invasion garnering well above two-thirds support, but in effect having minimal impact on the ground. Russian President Vladimir Putin earlier this week vowed to press on with this war, blaming Western countries for fueling the conflict in Ukraine, while accusing them of seeking to inflict a strategic defeat on Russia. Sherwin Briceby's SABC News, New York.